The Naught has been reconfirmed for release in August or April. Madrox talks about re-recording Twiztid's Freek show, and The Gathering is getting legendary. All that and more on today's show. All right, welcome back to the podcast. We are here for a third time recording this, attempting to do this. If this doesn't go right this time, it looks like we are asked out for another week, and you wouldn't even see this anyway, but let's keep our fingers crossed that this works. Last week we had technical difficulties, went to record a podcast, actually recorded it. Program that I used to record was corrupting the files when I would try to stop recording, so I couldn't do anything with those files. Figured out that problem, got that resolved, so that's all good. It was another app on my computer causing the fuck up, so I had to delete that. No big deal. And then we fixed that, and I go to record a new episode. We get that episode recorded, and I find out that my compressor on my mixer was cranked to the high heavens, and it was loud as shit and sounded absolutely terrible. Could have said, fuck it, it's better than nothing, we'll just put this out, but it sounded so bad, you wouldn't even have made it this far in the show. So I said, fuck it. We'll come back the next day, which is today, Sunday. We're here, 9:17 p.m. Recording this shit. Compressor level is down. It's recording. It will stop when I press the stop button. I've tested it numerous times. So we're here. Technical difficulties aside, there's only been a couple times where I've had to record an episode more than once because of technical difficulties, so it ain't nothing new, but it's never gets any easier or any more fun when that shit happens. But we got a whole bunch of shit to talk about, and instead of just breaking down every single new music release that has come out since the last episode, because it's been quite a bit of it, I'm just gonna run through it real quick. If you want to hear it, follow the Beneath the Dirt playlist on Spotify. If you're watching on YouTube, the link will be in the description, or else you can just go to beneathdirt.com. The link is up there, or just search the Beneath the Dirt playlist on Spotify, follow it, and you'll be able to listen to Gmo Ski's latest single that he put out called The Last Straw off the upcoming Huckleberry Filth. I like it. I like the direction we're going with this. I think we're going to get more of a introspective, personal Gmo on this Huckleberry Filth album. We got new King ISO. He dropped a new single called Beatbox. That is up on the playlist. Q Strange is back, now going by the name Strano. He dropped 2 singles. One of those is up on the playlist right now. Bad Luck of Mission Infect. He dropped a new single called Attack of the Clones. Another dude that hasn't put out music in forever, he put some new shit out. Low Key and Batty Bat. They're doing a group project. I think it's called Algorithm. I think that's the name that they're going with this project that they're doing. The single is The Machine, and the way that this is sounding really good. I always say I don't look forward to shit, but I think I'm looking forward to that one right there. Low Key and Batty Bat. The Machine is out there. Ouija Mac dropped Chlorine, so he put that out there. And then, I think the same week or the week after, he announced that he's doing a collab project with Sinister. So we got a song. He's been releasing songs from that, so we got a song up there from the playlist on that. That whole album was actually put up on Apple Music. I don't know if it was put up on Spotify or anything like that, because I don't have that. I got Apple Music, but it was up on Apple Music. I got about halfway through the album. And then the next time I tried getting into Apple Music, the album was no longer there. So I think it was uploaded by mistake. But that album drops this week anyway. Ouija Max Sinister Came to Kill. And then we got Ramirez. Ramirez has been dropping new singles for the Player's Manual too. I had no idea. My algorithm just sucks and doesn't show me shit that I want to see. But I found that out. Those songs are sounding good. Suicide Boys, they're getting ready to drop their new project. They dropped a new single with Bones. Now and At the End of Our Death, that is a banger. That's up on the playlist. And another guy who rarely drops music, McNasty, he has dropped 3 new singles. One of those songs was on the last playlist, and then one of these new ones is on this playlist. He's got a song with Bones dubbed Sleep Lyrical. And he's got another solo. Is McNasty coming out with some new shit? Fingers crossed, I hope so, because McNasty's the shit. So quick rundown of all that. All that is up on the playlist right now. There's a couple more projects that I kind of want to dive into a little deeper. And the first one I want to talk about is Crossworm. He's dropping his new album, Cruelty, this Wednesday, the 25th, or you could go on Bandcamp and listen to it right now or pre-order it. Get the files in any format that you so please. And I've been banging this album for the last week or so, if not longer. I forget when he put it up on Bandcamp. It was supposed to be a pre-order. I went to pre-order it, and lo and behold, you can get the download right away. So it was a fuck up on Bandcamp or whatever. I don't know what the fuck up was, but it was a fuck up, and you can listen to it now. And this album's super dope. Crossworm, his last project, Anti, made my top 10 albums of 2023, I believe. And that was on some like dark wave, him just really singing, no rapping on the album at all. A different style than what he had done as Crossworm previously. This album has a little bit of that on there, mixed in with shit that sounds like his last album that he put out, Eat the Week. So it's kind of a mix up of both. A lot of aggressive shit on here, super aggressive shit. Like I Still Hate, We Rise, They Fall. Like, love that shit. There's a song on here called Some Call Me the Devil. It's actually a remix from the Dirtcore compilation that he put out earlier this year. And this remix, I'm usually not one for remixes, but this shit is super hard. This shit takes the original and just elevates it to a whole new level. You got features on here from Samson, Mad Max, Bando, and Jay Reno, all Dirtcore. Bando is not an artist. I think that's his manager, right? But it's all Dirtcore people. No outside features, really, on this album. But this shit, if you've listened to Crossworm before, I even get hints of, like, old shit on this album. Like, production. Some of the production reminds me of some of his older stuff. But Crossworm's good for that industrial hip hop / dark wave, synth wave type stuff. And this album's a banger, man. It's 16 tracks, but I think after you take out the intros and stuff, it's like 12 tracks, about a half hour long. Perfect, you know, for that ride to work, you know. Super dope album. Definitely worth checking out. Drops this Wednesday. And then we got Bukshot with his new album, Antagonist Act 1. On the episode that I recorded last week that'll never see the light of day because it just doesn't, the file got corrupted. I was speculating that because he had released an image for Antagonist Act 1 that maybe it would be, because he was dropping singles and then maybe it would be like an EP or something like that. Or possibly the first part to the double album, because he's been saying, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, that this new album is a double album. So we get Antagonist Act 1. I think this is part 1 to the double album. Think of ICP's Bizarre Bazaar. Think of Isham's Judgment Day. think of Twiztid's Man's Myth and Mutant, more specifically that. That's technically a double album released a couple months apart. Maybe that's what we're getting with this Antagonist project from Bukshot. Only time will tell, and we'll have to wait and see. But I bumped it a couple times since it dropped on Friday. 12 tracks, 35 minutes, one being an intro, another one being like a skit/interlude. So 12 songs coming in at roughly little over a half hour. This is just the typical Bukshot. Not saying that's a bad thing, but if you liked what Bukshot has done in the last few years, you're going to like this new shit. And I like it. There's a couple standout songs on here where he kind of switches up the production style. Like I Was There with Ill Bill, which was released as a single, fucking banger. Fucking Bill, kill that shit. There's another song on here, Turbulence with Loon Squad. That's really dope. Like that shit a lot. I like it's not like I don't like the other production style because it's still dope. But I like the when it changes up, when the mood switches, you know? When you just got the same thing over and over and over again, it just kind of, you know, songs start blending and shit kind of gets lost in the sauce. But once you start mixing in different styles of production, the shit gets dope, keeps you on your toes. Not only that, Bukshot's hook game, like his choruses, his hooks, whatever you want to call it, this dude is stepping his game up on that front. Love to see it. I like to see when dudes, no matter how long they've been in the game, Bukshot's been putting it down for what, 20 plus years, 25 years, something like that. And he's still improving. Don't ever think you are just, that's it. That's as good as it's going to get. It can't get no better. It can get better. Try harder, try different shit. And that's what he's doing. I kind of noticed it with the Double Dragon album. The shit that he did on that last song that he did with Straight Jacket on Hunter Games. Was that the name of the project from a few years ago? A couple years ago? I don't remember. Memory's dog shit at this point. But he's incorporating more harmonies, harmonizings, singing, whatever you want to call it. And it's super dope. Love to see it. And again, if you like what Bukshot does, then you're going to like this Antagonist Act 1. This is the first time that he's dropped an album with like without doing a pre-order first, with like CDs, bundles, you know, jerseys, shirts, and all that. This is the first time in a while where he's dropped an album and you can't buy the physical up on the Mob Style web store. I don't know what he's got planned for the rollout of this album fully. I mean, we got part 1, what I'm assuming is part 1 of the album. What if this is part 1 of part 1? What if this is only half of the first album? Because like I said, it's 12 tracks coming in at a half hour. What if this is part 1 of part 1? I mean, I don't know. But regardless, it's a dope listen. I dig it. He also released the Black Smoke remix with Stevie Stone, The Black Smoke, which was a song off Double Dragon. That was also uploaded in error a while ago. I saw it up on YouTube. I heard the song. I talked about it on the podcast. And then when I went to go add it to the playlist, it was nowhere to be found. Couldn't even find it on YouTube. Don't know what happened. Uploaded in error, but now it's uploaded for real. And Black Smoke, the original, my favorite song off that Double Dragon project. And the remix is dope too. Stevie Stone is the shit. And again, follow the Beneath the Dirt playlist on Spotify. Those 2 albums, I'll put a song from each one of those albums. Actually, I can't put Crossworm up there because it don't drop till Wednesday. But everything I talked about new music-wise will be up on the Beneath the Dirt playlist, so give that shit a follow. And Jamie Madrox was up on the social media pages talking about the re-recording of Twiztid's Freak Show. Now, if you know or remember, Twiztid is going on tour later this summer, earlier this fall, to perform the Freak Show album in celebration of 25 years of Freak Show. And he took to social media talking about the re-recording process for the album, talking about how it's a classic, how it's trippy hearing that, how his voice mannerisms and vibes have grown over the years, driving Fritz nuts in the lab, recording a million takes, trying to get that authenticity replication of the recordings. The fuck does that even make sense? He didn't say that. I translated what he said. He even goes on to say that he feels in his heart that the original recordings will always be superior, as they forever hold a moment in time. Those feelings, those songs, them lyrics, they definitely defined who and what Twiztid was and ultimately came to be. He is correct. And when it comes to like the re-recordings of shit, like we know they did the Rock the Dead re-recording. Monoxide's re-recording the Chainsmoker album. They put up a few songs of those up on the DSPs. So it'll be interesting to hear how Freak Show sounds 25 years later. How will even the production sound? Like, I feel like they can't use the same production. Like, they got to replay or recreate those original compositions, right? Like, they can't just reuse those instrumentals, or at least that's what I think anyway. Who knows? But it'll just be interesting to hear. You know, I felt like Monoxide sounded bored on those Chainsmoker recordings. Like, he didn't really want to be there doing it, but he was doing it just so they could have, just so he could have control back of his album that he hasn't had control of in 20 years since it was released. And that's why they're re-recording Freak Show. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to re-record Man's Myth, Independence Day, Heartbroken and Homicidal, anything else that they don't own that has been released previously. Maybe Most Tasteless. I don't think they own the rights to Most Tasteless. So it'll be, interesting to see and hear. For me, it'll probably be good for like a one and done listen, right? Like he said, the original is just going to be, it is what it is. That's what's been out there for the last 25 years, right? Like, I'm always going to go back to the original. I'm not going to ever want to put on Freak Show and be like, hey, let me listen to the re-recording. I'll listen to it. I'll hear it. But yeah, he also goes on to say that he made the conscious decision to not include any guest on their version of Freak Show out of respect for those who have passed on and all the way to those who no longer have love for them. He says not wanting to swap or replace anyone with a different artist or artists to completely change the vibe of these iconic compositions was an easy all or none, and I chose none. That was the correct move. You know, there's a couple songs with ICP on there. What the Dead Like, Maniac Killer. What's the other song? I can't think of the other song. All I Ever Wanted. You got the song with 3-6, Blaze and ABK. Maybe Blaze and ABK will still be on those songs because they're still around, doing their thing. They're still heavily associated with Twiztid and Magic Ninja and, just that, all that camp or whatever. So maybe we'll still see them on the album, but the songs like All I Ever Wanted and What the Dead Like, especially What the Dead Like, is going to sound interesting. I mean, shit, Maniac Killer too. Like, it's the right move if you're not going to be able to get the original artist. Just don't have anybody at all. I mean, half the people that was on the 3-6 song from 3-6 they're no longer alive. R.I.P. Lord Infamous and R.I.P. Gangsta Boo. You know, DJ Paul and fucking Juicy J are still around, but I think it's the right move. All or none, and they chose none. Yeah, the right move in my personal opinion. He says Freak Show Twiztid's version is slated to be available exclusively on the 25th anniversary Freak Show tour, taking place in August. Physical only, no digital. And they talked about how they hired a painter/illustrator for the artwork. I hate the exclusivity part of it, right? They're not coming to the entire East Coast. I'm on the East Coast, right? I'd like to see Freak Show be performed in its entirety. I was there for the first time Most Tasteless ever got performed in its entirety at the Mystery Show. I was there for the Most Tasteless tour. Freak Show is a classic in my opinion. I'd love to see that album, but a whole coast gets asked out on that. So the exclusivity of that, like make it available, print however many you're going to print, make it available on tour, whatever's left over, put on the website. Don't give it to AC/DC Wire and Supply and have that motherfucker jug attacks the Juggalos and Ninjas, whatever, for the CDs. I hate that shit. I hate the M&E merch tactics that they be doing with that AC/DC Wire Supply shit. If you have leftovers, just sell them your damn self. Why give it to some guy who fucking sells wires on eBay? I don't know. Let's call it out for what it is. Just sell the leftovers your fucking self, man. Do your own jug attacks in, which you do anyway. The Home Sweet Home box set. But anyway. Freak Show re-recording. Hey. How do I feel about them re-recording the old shit? Go for it. Fuck it. You don't own the masters. You might as well try to get some control of what you created at some point, right? You don't have the publishing. You ain't got the rights to do anything with it. Recreate it. Put it out there. Fuck it. Why not? I think it should be done. Like if ICP was like, hey, we want to re-record Malenko. Hey, go for it. Ain't going to be the original. It's not, and it'd be good for a one and done type deal. Listen, you know, but hey, go for it. Like doing the old shit, them touring the Freak Show album, dope. I would like to see more artists do that shit. I'd like to see Isham go out and tour Closed Casket. I would like to see, I mean, I saw Malenko, I saw Riddlebox. I'd like to see Jekyll Brothers live. I'd like to see Tech 9 do Angelic or Absolute Power, maybe even Ever Ready live. That would be dope. Fucking, you know, outside the genre, Slipknot toured their first album last year. That was dope. Like, nostalgia's a motherfucker, and nostalgia is the shit. I'm here for it. Why not? I don't give a fuck if you're reliving the old shit. I really don't care. Because it's dope. It's the old shit. It's the shit that came out when I was there. You know, I was there for when Freak Show release day. I was there. Scrapping my fucking pennies together. Trying to get enough money to buy that shit, you know? And is there another point I wanted to make on that? I don't think so. You know, redoing the old shit. Why not? But yeah, Freak Show. Stop with the exclusivity shit or keep with it. But if you're going to sell the leftovers, do it on your own web store. Don't give it to a third party to do it and then upcharge out the ass for it. It's whack. It's so whack. ICP and Psychopathic have started announcing guests for the gathering, and it is starting to look rather legendary. Let's get into it. I got the website. I thought I had it pulled up, but I'm going to pull it up right now. And we're going to run through all the acts that have been officially announced for the gathering. And we are going to start with the iconic stage. This has even updated since from yesterday when I did this. But we got nighttime performers. We got Green Jellies performing, aka Green Jello. We got Mary Tyler Whores. That's a funny name. And the Convalescents. The daytime performers consists of Actus Reus, Al Mal, the A. Wake, Bodies Below Sea Level, which is Crossworm and Samson. We got Bondbreaker, Donnie Menace. That's dope. Fadiaz, Gloom, Hatchet Mountain Rising, K7 Army, Mad Max in the Ha, Mantra of the Morta, Moppy, Redburn, Resistor, Saving Vice, Set for All, Suicide, Siamese the Goat, Sinister, Schizo, Smile on the Sinner, Squid Pisser, Vlad Skeletal Circus, White Wood, Wild Bill, Worldwide Panic, more artists coming soon. The detonation stage has 26 Zay, Abe Lincoln, Acetone Boogie, Antsy and Damon, Big Brutal, Black Magic the Infidel, Bloodshot Mafia, Bluntfield, BPTF, Brotherhood X, Celtics, Double Homicide, Dread, Evil Steven, Fallen Under, Freaky the Pimp, Fury in the Ha, Gavin Gunn, Get Money, Esco, Ginger, Hell's Bells, Jason Mask, The Booth, Jake Dirty, Keegan Grimm, Knowledge the MC, Coat Records, Lion Weight, McNasty in the Ha, Nada, Night in Lino Pain, Problematic, Razor Tongue, Samson Astaroth, Shade, Skeezer, Storytelling, Swanger, Tempos, Dumpster Babies, Jonesy Bones, Tony Bones, Tricked Out, Underworld Assassins, Willie Hayes, Zombie Cult. I know I fucked some of those up, but I'm rushing like a motherfucker to get to the legendary stage. And this shit is looking legendary. I haven't looked at it since it dropped yesterday, since I looked yesterday, so I don't know who, if anybody new, has been announced since yesterday. So let's check this shit out right here for the legendary stage. We got Belushi Speedball. It's kind of funny. Fight from Within. Guar makes fucking sense, right? Not familiar with the first two acts, but Guar. 100% legendary, 100% Gathering legendary. I think, have they done the Gathering before? I think they have, right? I know they've done some shit with ICP before. Like, it had to have been the Gathering. Legendary shit. Guar at the Gathering. That's dope. ICP, the Shangri-La tour. We'll talk about that in a minute. Immortal Technique, legendary. I don't know if he's ever done the Gathering before. I can't remember off top, but regardless, that dude's a legend, and it's dope to see that they got him for the Gathering. We got ICP, maybe just a standard ICP set. We got Motown Rage. Motown Rage been kicking it with ICP Psychopathic for a long ass time. They'll be there. Normandy, not familiar with them. Odd Squad Family, pretty sure that they've played the Gathering before. Dope to see them playing, you know, like that's dope. Of course, Ouija Mac. Will he be headlining a night? Probably, right? Like, I got to assume he's been headlining the last couple years. R.A. the Rugged Man will be there. Like, you want to talk legendary? I mean, this dude put out an album, Legends Never Die. And this dude's been putting it down for a long ass time. And if you remember the Oklahoma Gathering, the one random ass gathering that they had in Oklahoma, where they shut down the performances while he was performing, and he ended up performing through like a megaphone, I think it was, something like that. That's legendary. R.A. the Rugged Man, 100% should be at the Gathering. Stack Styles. I know he's with Suburban Noise and SRH. It says that right there, but I've seen them promoting his shit. Maybe we couldn't lock down Cottonmouth Kings, you know, the current formation of Cottonmouth Kings for the Gathering. So we had to get some sort of Suburban Noise representation. But I don't think these are all the acts either. I don't think these are all the acts. I don't think they're fully done yet. But you know, we'll have to wait and see, but they got some sort of, even if they don't get Cottonmouth, they got some sort of sub noise SRH representation at the gathering with Stack Styles. And then we got motherfucking Tech 9. That is the W right there. That was what I personally wanted to see happen for the Gathering of Legends. You can't have a gathering called the Gathering of Legends and not have Tech 9 perform at that show. It just wouldn't be a Gathering of Legends without Tech 9. We know Twiztid's not going to be there. We know nobody from M&E is going to be there, right? They all should be there. Twiztid, Blaze, Boondocks, ABK. I don't think ABK is technically M&E, but he's associated, whatever. Guilty by association, but regardless, Tech 9 has been announced for the Gathering. That's the biggest W anybody they announce after this. For me, even though I'm not going, but if I was going, I'd be good with it. I get to see Tech 9. I get to see ICP. I get to see Ouija. You know, we talked about the other acts that are performing, like other acts I would want to check out. I would check out RA. I'd check out Fury, Mad Max, McNasty, Bodies Below Sea Level. They got some dope performers, but the legendary stage is actually starting to look legendary. I was kind of nervous. Would they be able to pull it off? For me, just getting Tech 9 is pulling it off. It'd be dope to see Cottonmouth, even the current iteration of Cottonmouth, get the invite for the Gathering and play the Gathering. So it just, you know, time will tell. I don't think they're done announcing artists. We're still about a little under 2 months away from the Gathering of Legends. And, you know, and the fact that Tech 9 was the first artist to be announced for the Gathering was how it should have happened. Like, if you're gonna set the tone of like, hey, this is it, that was the way to do it, by saying and announcing that Tech 9 would be there. Now, I've been speculating with myself. I've seen people speculate online because Tech 9 is going on tour with 3-6 Mafia, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and DJ Quick. Will that entire bill, that tour, show up at the Gathering? DJ Quick has never done anything with ICP that I could think of off the top of my head. It could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they haven't done anything. But Quick is a legend, so it would make sense to have him at the Gathering of Legends just because it's Quick. Like, if you know hip-hop, West Coast hip-hop in particular, Quick is that dude. Bone Thugs and Harmony, that makes sense. Like the Wicked Wonka tour, Thug Pit. I'm pretty sure Bone Thugs has performed at the Gathering before. ICP and Bone Thugs go way back. 3-6 Mafia, that makes sense too. They go back to Just Another Crazy Cliff off When the Smoke Clears. Just Another Crazy Click off When the Smoke Clears. I don't know if 3-6 has ever done the Gathering. I know DJ Paul has. I think the Mafia 6 has, which was like a spin-off of 3-6 Mafia. You know, the group reunited minus Juicy J. I wish they would have got it all back for a 3-6 Mafia reunion. But regardless, that shit was still dope. And I digress. I mean, shit, ICP and the Mafia 6 did Killjoy Club. Like, ICP, DJ Paul, Koopsta, and Crunchy did an album together. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if at least 3-6 is at the Gathering. Like, that would be the shit. Same with Bone Thugs. Like, that whole tour bill would be the shit. And the fact that Tech is going on tour with 3-6, Bone Thugs, and Quick, and not coming anywhere near where the fuck I'm at is disappointing, but it is what it is. I'd love to see that tour, man. That's just like, you would just hear nothing but classics for like, what, 3-4 hours, right? Like, that tour is just, that's on some Wicked Wonka fucking Hatchet Rising type shit right there. That tour. It's a crazy ass tour. So the Gathering is starting to actually come together as being legendary, and it's dope to see, man. Maybe we'll get Chris Calico at the Gathering and have him hype for Tech 9, like to even bring it up another notch of legendary. That'd be crazy. But regardless, even if it's just Tech 9, I've seen Tech 9 perform without Chris Calico, and this the best rap show you'll ever see. ICP, Tech 9 is the two best rap shows you'll ever fucking see, in my opinion. Like Tech 9, even solo without a hype man, just kill shit. Dolo. Let's see. Oh, ICP to do the Shangri-La tour set for the Gathering, which we briefly covered a few minutes back. And of course, people are upset about this. If you have the bootlegged in LA DVD, that is the set that they will be performing at the Gathering. Again, reliving old shit. Nostalgia is a motherfucker, man. If I was going to the Gathering, I'd be hype as fuck for that. I'd be hype as fuck for that shit, man. And like, we're all getting old. ICP is like in their 90s at this point. I'm old as fuck. You know, I was there when Shangri-La dropped. I was at that tour, all that good stuff. To relive that would be dope as shit. And the fact that, you know, people will be able to get to relive that is dope, man. Like I said, do the old stuff, celebrate the old stuff, relive it. It would be dope if ICP did a full Bizarre show. I know they kind of like did like a hybrid show, right? A couple years ago, if I remember right, or is that just a dream and I'm just making that shit up? I don't know. But ICP's doing the Shangri-La tour set at the Gathering, and I think that shit's dope. ICP also did an interview with, I don't remember who off the top of my head, but they did do an interview while they were at Bonnaroo, I think. And they reconfirmed for the 17th time that the 6 Joker's card of the second deck is coming out at the Gathering. It is called the Naught, and it is dropping August 15th at the Gathering. So again, the Naught is dropping August 13th at the Gathering. So on April 12th, you will be able to get to hear the new album from the Naught on August 12th. The album is dropping. Now, if you saw that interview, you would think that's funny, because it is funny. Because they've given us like 5 different release dates for the album. I've seen people speculate, had homies hit me up asking me, do I think the album is actually going to come out because they can't get the release date right? Abso-fucking-lutely. I know how my brain feels as a 41-year-old man, and it feels like mush and absolute dog shit. I can't remember anything. I can only imagine how it feels to be a wicked clown dripping in Faygo at 96 years old. You know what I mean? Or 103. Or 106 or some shit. I forget how old they are, but they're old as fuck, right? I think the album's come out. I really don't have any other reason. I have every reason in the world to believe that the album, and to not believe them, and that believe that the album is not coming out. But it's been, 4 years since the last Joker's card? They really need to fucking speed this process up if we're going to get through another 5 after this next one. Nobody's getting younger, right? Like, all jokes aside, I think they're pushing 50 at this point, right? So, really, we got to speed this fucking thing along. I'm about 90% confident that the album will drop at the Gathering. All will be revealed at the Gathering. This will be the first Joker's card in a long ass time that the image wasn't revealed beforehand. We haven't got a single, no track list, no pre-orders, supposed to come out in like 2 months. I think they're doing everything completely independent at this point. I don't even think they have distribution at this point. I think they're doing it all 100% themselves. Old school, early 90s psychopathic style shit. Like, they're doing it all on their own. We'll have to wait and see if that's the case for this album in particular, but I feel like that's what they've been doing these last few years. Even with Yum Yum Bedlam, like, there's no distribution on that CD. There's not even a fucking barcode on that CD. They had to put a sticker on it if you bought it at a record store with a barcode on it so they could scan it in. So the Naught, either August or April, we're not sure yet, but it is coming at the Gathering. And ICP, not to fucking slow anything down or anything like that, the Ultra Live Monster 5, the fifth elite Juggalo coin to become the most elite of all Juggalos in all Juggalodium, is going down September 13th in South Padre Island, Texas. The Juggalo Island show, just a mere month after the Gathering. And the Gathering is costing you $300 just to get in that motherfucker. Never mind if you bought big baller sites to camp, car passes, if you're a hotel gathering, if you got to rent a hotel. Now they're doing this Ultra Live Monster 5 in South Padre Island, Texas, which is right on the Mexico border. Like, this was as exotic as they could get without actually leaving the contiguous 48. I looked up South Padre Island. It looks fucking dope. I can't front. It's probably going to be awesome, but you're going to be maxing out your credit cards. You're going to be spending fucking dough, especially if you're going to the Gathering and doing this, because I got to imagine that this fifth Ultra Elite Juggalo show is going to cost some money. Like, there's the shows that they've been doing, like Juggalo Day this year was damn near $300 to attend for both days. It was like $250 or something like that, if I remember off the top of my head, not including hotel, not including VIP, all that, if you're traveling and all that shit, So, big ballers only need apply if you are interested in hitting both the Gathering and the Ultra Live Monster 5, or maybe you just want to do one or the other. It would have been dope for them just to push it back till fucking next year. Just wait till next spring to do it. Like, fuck it. It's already been pushed back so far anyway. Like, there's clearly no rush for it. So why rush it so soon after the Gathering? I don't know. I don't care really because I'm not going, but at the same time, we're jug attacking so hard these days. The jug attacks out here, the Juggalo Uncle Sam out here is just like, give me them ducats, bitch. Give me your motherfucking money. So that's going down. And then DJ Clay, ICP, released some images last week promoting Let Him Bleed 5. It was some weird text. They put out a table to transcribe it. I transcribed that it had to do with something with Let Him Bleed. I hit up DC Fago guy. I said, hey, what does this shit say? I know it has something to do with Let Him Bleed 5. He said, Let Him Bleed 5 coming in the fall. So, is DJ Clay working with Psychopathic? Is Psychopathic going to put this out? The last album Psychopathic put out was what? Maybe Gutter Water? Was the last project that they put out that wasn't like ICP? So maybe it'll be a collaboration between Clay's AR and, Psychopathic, but we'll just have to wait and see. But the promotional images for Let Him Bleed 5 are out there. Supposedly we'll get it in the fall. And Let Him Bleed 5 has been talked about for years. Literal years. At least 5 years, if not longer. Probably longer. But we'll see it, and it looks like, we'll see some wicked clowns on that motherfucker, and who knows who else will be on that bitch. But I appreciate everybody that tuned in this week. Go follow the Beneath the Dirt playlist. I appreciate you for your patience through all the technical difficulties and me just releasing episodes whenever I want. Thank you. I can't thank you guys and gals, or gal. I think that like my demographic is like one person that clicked female on their profile. listens to my shit. But regardless, until next time, we out. Peace.